Hello, today we're gonna talk about something that is key knowledge and is really important that you understand and you start to think about it more because it's gonna affect your life, everything around you, even the universe. Like what could that be? Well, that is frequency, vibrational frequency. We are beings of frequency. Everything has frequency. A tree, a plant, everything is made out of frequency. And everything has its own unique frequency, its own unique song. So, why is frequency so important? Because in the beginning, God spoke and said, and it was made. So everything came about from a vibrational frequency of the voice of God, and everything is unique. Everything is particular, and frequencies affect us all day long, even when we don't know about it. There is radio wave frequencies going around. There is phone frequencies now. If you're watching this in your phone, from the Wi-Fi signal or 4G, so frequencies are everywhere, even when we can't see it. Now let's start from the basics. Frequency is better imprinted or is better transmitted through water. So if you put a sound in water, or if you put even a flower in water, that vibrational frequency of the colors of that flower is going to impregnate in that water, and that water is going to possess the quality of the vibrational frequencies of that same flower. If you put sound, you are gonna find that if you look in a microscope, it's gonna look structurally, that water is gonna look like that sound. There's been studies that I think it was a Japanese doctor that did put frequencies in the water, frequencies of love, and the water structure was so beautiful. And then they impregnated frequencies of hate and they yelled to the water, and the structure was so ugly and so uh, asymmetrical that people were like, wow, frequencies affect water, and the water can transmit it really good. Okay, guess what? Human beings are 80% water in their body composition. So we are great carriers of frequency. We are perfectly made to carry frequencies. We were made to carry the frequency of love, of peace and joy, prosperity, life, family. We were made to carry good things from within us and express it into the world around us. The problem is most of the time we're getting bombarded by frequencies of hate, of fear, of shame, condemnation. We are so being bombarded, and we don't know why we feel so down, or why we feel so suppressed or unhappy. And it's because we are water living beings. And the frequencies that get imprinted into our hearts then have the power to affect us. And you are probably thinking, what is he talking about? That doesn't make any sense. Well, why then music is the universal language? Why is music a universal language? Because you don't have to be able to speak the same language that somebody else, but you can play music and that person is gonna feel the beat and he's gonna enjoy it and he's gonna like it. Even in the womb, if you play music to a not yet born baby, he's gonna recognize that even after coming from the womb after being born, he's gonna recognize those frequencies. That's why it's so important to talk, produce love frequencies from our hearts through our voice, talking to our babies, talking to our families, to our pets. That's We have the power to affect everything around us. Music, we feel it inside of us. It's something that the frequencies permeate through our skin and go into our heart. Everything has a vibrational frequency. The trees, the every atom of every everything created has a vibrational frequency. And that's something really important that you should know. Why? Because I believe the heart of the human being is capable of producing frequency. That's what we gotta guard it. Guard your heart, because from it comes the source of life. From it, life flows from the heart. Life flows. We're able to focus, to love, to focus on that which is good, to love, to bring good things to this world. We're, we're able to transform a whole environment. Weren't you in some places where people were hating each other, and then you just walked in and you were like, ooh, this place, you could cut this atmosphere with a knife, and that's how it basically feels, because you can feel the frequencies of hate within people. You can sense fear, you can sense hatred and betrayal. We can sense that, because we are made for so much more than we know. And we have something so great within us. We were created in the image of our Creator to be co-creators with Him and bring goodness to earth. But what is the big problem? Is that we weren't taught this, and we let ourselves be affected by everything from the outside. For instance, did you know that fear, shame, and condemnation are the lowest frequency possible that we can vibrate in? Vibes are true, by the way. When we're in fear, when we're in shame and condemnation, when we're hating other people, we're vibrating so low that that's why we catch a lot of diseases. This is when we're in fear, when we are, when we don't know, um, when we don't know who we are. We we hold on to what others tell us that who we are, and we start to live in fear, in dread, and that affects our hearts. And then we feel down, our vibrational frequency lowers, and that's how we catch a lot of diseases. That's why most of the cancers, I believe, and I read studies about it, came from people with a lot of hate and unforgiveness in their hearts. It was such the low frequency maintained for a long period of time that became, that negativity became materialized in their bodies, and they're suffering from it because we don't know the power of frequencies. On the other hand, the good news is that many, in reality, all diseases, everything wrong with you can be reversed by applying the opposite frequency. The highest frequencies we can apply from our hearts to our entire beings are love, joy, and peace. When we live at rest, knowing who we are, living in love, living in peace, there's no low frequency that can combat those. If anything, they will throw your low frequencies to the trash, and you will be able to live a fulfilled, satisfied, beautiful life. So let's be more aware and focus more on what is coming from our hearts. We have the power to make somebody happy, to bring somebody up by applying a frequency of love coming from our hearts, and make somebody's day. And treating, we can treat our pets better. Our pets should deserve to be treated a lot better, and we're not even talking about kids should deserve all the love in the world. we can we can transform environments by forgiving, by loving, by living at peace and at rest. And ask yourself, when you find yourself in certain situations that you're like, oh, I hate this person so much, or you're in fear, or just see where that is coming from. See if you can retrace your steps and ask yourself, or if you believe in God, ask God, what can I do? What should I do to live? Not just to apply it in a moment, just to live in a higher frequency, in a higher state, in what I was created to do, who I was created to be. See, in each situation, see what can you do to be better, or not what can you do. It's not a works related thing. How can you learn to be yourself all the time? Because you're awesome inside of you. You have greatness inside of you. And I hope I explained myself. I have a lot of information that I wanted to cram all together. And I hope this is not a mess that I made over there. And I hope I didn't leave you with more questions than answers. But if you like the video and if you start to understand what I'm talking about and you want to learn more and you want to share this with other people that could help them out, please do that and like the video, subscribe, and thank you very much. We'll see you next time.